Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Sarah here at Sassy Life Story, and today's video is going to be me closing out my January budget. I do have just covered up some of my account info, which I'll go ahead and not include in my next month's budget, so I don't have to do that next time. What I did, this was my first time kind of tracking my budget in this way, and I do plan to probably do some changes in February. So what I have over here on this page, I have my expense tracker. So I went ahead and put all of my outgoing expenses for the month. And I have my income listed here on this page. And this section has my kind of estimated expenses. So we're gonna go through all of this and my estimated expenses and talk about what I did or didn't do successfully in the month. So first up, I already have some things filled in. My mortgage, parking, internet, phone, storage, and car insurance are filled in. They were all pretty much exactly as expected except for my car insurance, which was just a little bit lower. For food and groceries, I did buy some groceries from Amazon, and this is also from Amazon, from Safeway, and this is just so that I knew that this happened. I bought some food from Safeway that was reimbursed right away because I bought it for work, so I wanted to make sure that I knew that it happened, but I went ahead, this basically was down to zero, net zero in my account. So for the groceries and food that I bought, I'm going to fill it in here. It's $2.84 and 83 cents. So right on the mark for that. However, I did eat some ice cream for myself and a friend and lunch out from a restaurant called Achilles, which were not really accounted for in any way in this budget. I did kind of mark them into my personal/hobbies category, but for next month I think I'm going to, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'll track them there. However, I do have a page that I started, which I haven't filled in categories yet, but I'm gonna do yearly expense tracking, and I will put an eating out category on there. So they will be tracked into eating out for January, but for here I'm going to put them into my personal/hobbies. So this did, with that added, was $375.77. So what that included was my Beauty Heroes subscription for 6 months, a pattern from Etsy, my Beauty Pie subscription for $10, and this lunch from Achilles, this dress I bought, and the ice cream. So that all added up to that, which was less than what I budgeted, so that was good. Next I have gas. So gas was more than I budgeted. So I ended up getting gas twice instead of just once, which was what I was planning for. However, we did drive back from my parents' house, so that was what I needed to account for the extra gas. So my gas, instead of being 45, was 82.90. So that was where it was more than expected. And pets was also more than expected. So my dog's 6-month supply of heartworm and flea medication came in. It was a subscription. I tried to push it to the next month, but their website kept telling me it wasn't working, and I just didn't want to call them. So I went ahead and just ended up having that this month, in addition to the already planned expense of greenies. So if I had only bought the greenies, I would have been in my budget, but since I had that medicine come out, I was not. So I spent $176 and $44 instead of $50. And I did send $2,500 to savings. I ended up opening a new savings account that has a higher interest, so that's great. I do, however, have some unaccounted for expenses from this. I did buy an anniversary card for my husband, and I forgot that this was a Christmas present that was a subscription for him. So it's actually going to come out every month for, 11 more months. It was a year-long subscription to Sense of Wood. So I'm going to go ahead and put that as gifts, which was not estimated, and it was $40.52. So I do have some highlighters over here, and I was just thinking I was going to highlight what came in that was expected for my budget, and then what was out of budget. So green obviously is, well, is it obvious? I don't know. Green is that it was on budget. And then I don't have a red, which would be like the most off budget, but I do have an orange, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some categories in orange. I maybe should have waited for them to dry a little bit longer, but so my pain categories for the month were gas, pets, and gifts. And I did have some incoming money that wasn't strictly for my paychecks, so I did, if I hadn't had the medication for my dog, I think I would have been totally on track still. But because I did have that, I was off. So I did take about $108.54 from my just kind of cushion that's normally in my checking account. So that's how much I ended up being off from my income and what I spent. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and my next video will likely be setting up my February budget, which will look a little bit different than this one. So I hope you check that one out when it comes up as well. Bye.